Welcome to the Complete Performance Exercise Breakdown video series. This is a video series designed to break down exercises, give you tips and techniques so that you get the most out of each exercise, which leads you to get more out of your workouts and to get better results. Today, we're diving into a row variation, the banded or cable row. The band or cable are very comparable and usually something I recommend depending on space or gym equipment. But let's talk about rows first. There are plenty of row variations. Unfortunately, we just don't do enough of them. We do a lot of focus on the pushing exercises, the front of our chest, the shoulders, the tricep, bicep type of exercises. But we don't think much about that back. Yet, so many of us have back pain that we need to give more focus and attention to those back muscles. So let's dive into rows. Rows are great for your lats, which spans the majority of your back, your rhomboids just behind the shoulder blades, your rear delts. They also help your biceps and the erector spinae, which runs along your spine. They're a great postural exercise. Can help you stand up taller, can help your back feel better, but it does also help you in your other exercises and lifts as well. Let's get into the band. One of my favorite parts about using bands and cables is that they allow you to keep tension throughout the entire movement. So that means that from the moment you start the exercise to the moment you put the cable or the band back down, you're going to be working and strengthening those muscles. So let's dive into it. Now for these, this is a loop band, so I don't have handles on it, so I loop my hands behind. If you have handles, you could still loop back behind here, or you could grab hold of the handles. I prefer this way because it takes out a lot of the use of my chest and my biceps and really keeps the focus on my upper back. Now, grabbing onto both handles, I'm gonna walk away until there's tension in the band and my arms are straight. I'm gonna sit into my legs just a little bit so that I have a good strong base. I'm gonna pull my shoulder blades back. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades and lead my elbows back toward the back of my ribcage. Then slowly release. So shoulder blades pull down, squeeze shoulder blades together, pull elbows back. Slowly come back in. Looks simple, yet there are a lot of mistakes that people tend to make with rows. The first is a rounding of that upper back. So a lot of us are used to being hunched over a desk or a wheel or a table all day. So we have this tendency to be rounded here. But rounding here really engages those traps, which are muscles that are typically tight for a lot of us, that causes that neck pain. So what we want to do is we want to think to be nice and tall. That if we had a bar or a pole running from head to our tailbone, that our back would stay on there the entire time. From here, we're going to really work to pull those shoulder blades back and open up that chest. Then we want to pull. Now, I'll tell you that for some of you, that's going to be really tough to do at first. So really work on setting yourself up in that good position where that chest is open, the back is nice and flat, then work on adding the resistance, adding the strength and the weight to that. The next common mistake is pulling too far. And believe it or not, more is not better in a row variation. So when we're here, I said pull toward the back of our ribcage. Well, a lot of us like to pull further. We like to chicken wing our rows. What that actually does is pulling back here shifts all of the stress to the front of that shoulder, which isn't necessarily a strong piece to our body. So we want to keep that in our strong areas. We want to keep that in the back and really focus on just pulling toward the back of that ribcage. It seems like a very short movement, but I promise you that's all the further that you need to go. The last is the most common error when it comes to rows. It's a shrugging with the shoulders. Our traps are very strong based on sitting at desks, sitting behind the wheel. So we like to recruit those strong muscles to take over for those weaker muscles. We really have to think about pulling shoulder blades down. You want to think that if I'm pulling my shoulder blades down, I'm trying to tuck it into my back pocket here. So pull those shoulder blades down, keep those shoulders out of our ears, and pull back. Those are the common mistakes. Let's do a quick review of the proper technique. So grab hold of the handles, optional loop around the back of your hand to keep that focus out of the biceps. Sit into the legs for a strong base, pull shoulder blades down and open up that chest by pulling them together. Squeeze shoulder blades, pull elbows back to the rib cage. Slowly relax to come back up. Those are rows, cable or banded variations. There are so many row variations. If you're looking for more, don't ever hesitate to reach out. We love rows here at Complete Performance. I hope you try this one out, apply it to your program.